When it comes to steamrollering the sales charts, you really need an SUV these days, especially as the appeal of their rugged looks and raised ride heights shows no signs of waning. Yet despite their off-roader aping style, these machines are little more than family hatchbacks with some tough tinsel NG. Drive any further off the beaten track than the odd gravel car park and you'll be left marooned and mired in mud. If you really want to climb every mountain and ford every stream, then you'll need a proper rough and tumble 4x4. Yet whatever your off-roading wants or needs, there should be something in our top 5 of topography tamers that should suit your requirement and budget. Land Rover Defender. After a preamble that lasted more than a decade, Land Rover finally showed off the long-awaited follow-up act to the original Land Rover in 2019 and launched the car in showrooms in 2020. Having switched from a ladder frame construction to a monocoque, and for plenty of reasons otherwise, this new Land Rover Defender is more of a successor than a direct replacement, and some feared that it wouldn't have quite the same kind of mud plugging, rock hopping, water fording, slope scaling and axle twisting prowess as a result. Jeep Wrangler. Jeep doesn't revitalize the Wrangler very often, but the latest generation is more usable than ever on the road as well as more capable off it. That Jeep has carefully preserved the much-loved design, whose circular headlights, famously 7-slatted grille and strict geometry are recognizable still from the original Willys MB Jeeps first deployed in World War II, is only part of the appeal. The interior is now more spacious and less cheaply and sparsely finished, which goes hand in hand with the improved efficiency of the car's downsized engines and better road manners. Of course, the Wrangler is still spectacular off the beaten track. Toyota Land Cruiser. Another icon, one that has historically been the workhorse of choice in the Australian outback, a place where breaking down simply won't do. This is an old-school off-roader with a body-on-frame construction and big numbers in all departments. For towing, weighting and low ratio, grinded-out driving across truly inhospitable ground, the Land Cruiser scores very highly. Basic spec utility versions, identifiable by their steel wheels, are genuinely affordable. 3-door passenger versions aren't much pricier, and 5-door invincible spec cars offer packed-out equipment rosters and seating for up to 7. But while you can specify the Toyota with air suspension and leather seats. Mercedes-Benz G-Class. The best off-roaders tend to stick around. Both the Wrangler and the Land Cruiser have been with us for decades, and it's the same with the G-Wagon. This Mercedes, the only one without an official end of production date, recently received the only truly substantial redesign in its 40-year history. Underneath you'll still find a ladder frame chassis, although the front suspension is now fully independent and the whole setup was part developed by AMG. The result is car with 3 locking differentials, improved ground clearance and the same immense off-road abilities as before, but now also one that handles predictably and at times even quite enjoyably on the road. INEOS Grenadier. The INEOS falls just outside our top 5 for now, mainly because the only real time we've spent behind the wheel of the original Defender aping machine is off-road. Yet that's been enough to confirm the Grenadier is up with the best when it comes to conquering the wilderness, its abilities in the rough matching those of the British classic that has so clearly influenced its design. In keeping with traditional 4x4 mechanical philosophy, the INEOS features a ladder frame chassis and a pair of live axles, but to this it adds sophisticated BMW engines, a ZF 8-speed automatic gearbox, and a Tramac dual-range transfer box for proper rock crawling ability.